What's up guys, it's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at how you can improve your solo cash cup performance by analyzing one of NA West all-time greats, and that is Arkhram. But before I get into this fight review guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like in this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, I recently just got my supporter creator code in the Fortnite item shop. If you wish to support me that way, use code Talon.fn, #@. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen we have Arkham's POV. This is going to be by far the most dominant cash cup that we have VOD reviewed this season. He won by an astounding 50 points, had over 200 plus points, finished with 219. Incredible stuff, by far the best. And he didn't even use the dub shotgun that much. I think there's only 2 games, and he truly doesn't use it because I honestly felt like he wasn't super comfortable or know how to use it. He is very comfortable in what he does know how to do, and that is use peppers for rotation. We're going to see that throughout, but let's just jump into this first engagement here because there's some good stuff to learn here. Now, Arkham's mechanics, if you've never seen Arkhram, it's just so very clean for mouse and keyboard. Little double swing right there. Doesn't edit out. Now here, this is going to be really nice. You're going to see what he does right here. He's going to edit through right here. This is a nice right hand peek, but he maximizes it with a crouch behind the cone. Change the angle a little bit, and then he edits through, gets back wall, takes the 50-50 because the opponent has to one-pump him. Now this engagement's a little bit sticky. You notice 58 HP, really unhealthy. The opponent is breaking through wildly, gets a nice little crack. He goes, okay, I got some return damage. That's going to maybe stop the pressure. I'm going to heal. Now he places cone in the box just because... and he catches his opponent just basically breaking him wildly, but he placed a cone in the box because the opponent was below. Now this is going to be a good example of why piece control is so crucial in fights. So now he sees this opponent right here. He's going to stick him in the cone right here. Fantastically, very smart. Breaks through, cracks, resets the wall. Make sure he gets back wall. The opponent is literally sniffing the wall, and he finishes. That is why the piece control is so important. Now he's going to get the dub shotgun here. That's a good attempt at a pre-box right there. Doesn't get it. He knows his opponent's incredibly weak. He just doesn't want to get one pumped. He's being very cautious of all angles because he's been getting third party for most of this, and he gets the elimination. Now this engagement I think is one of my favorites. So we're going to just play this in slow motion because he makes a very smart play on something when things go wrong. So he sees this opponent above, he breaks him down, and usually trusty aim. Oh, we missed a shot, and now he's in our box. We're a little bit panicky, but the opponent's a little bit lost. But instead, Arkhram, instead of taking that 50-50 by editing the ramp, you notice how he started to do it. He's like, wait, I got this sidewall. So I'm going to edit through, or not edit through, crouch through. I'm going to get a nice little 50 tag. I'm going to reset the wall, make a nice big edit, and the opponent had those blueprints out, and then 156, good crosshair placement. That is a smart peek. That's a right hand peek, and it's not a 50-50 with a ramp edit where the opponent would actually have advantage if he was a much higher caliber player.
I have 3 pep.
So they're saying, so like Arkhram is, I think, in a call with Bucky or some, or Rex or someone on West. Now this opponent, this gets a little bit scuffed right here. Good, gets that back wall, gets the ramp, and then finishes off. And so he takes the dub shotgun. I'm telling you, he uses it very minimally. You can tell throughout the rest of this VOD review that peppers are going to be the main thing that's going to be what Arkhram really likes and enjoys and wants to use. We're going to move into this endgame 21st moving, already 8 eliminations, not a crazy amount, but for some reason he has just gifted this rotation. It's absolutely crazy that almost 0 people... sees this opponent just editing free back. He almost has this entire free rotate. He's by far the most ahead. Surprised he didn't play a little bit more ahead. He's just looking for opposite height to kind of like grief. Not even full 90ing. He cones this opponent. This is such a good attempt. Now he cones him, so he's going to predict, okay, this opponent's going to go to the right. He gets there. He just misses the shot. Tries to get the back wall. And then he decides to tarp in, not even using the dub shotgun to go for height. But he's very healthy on mats because he's been on dead side. Now... that bug is very real where the map doesn't pull out. I've had that bug happen multiple times. Now this is where he uses the dub shotgun to take height. And he creates something this is really good right there. Trying to get back wall. But then he decides just to leave it because he's sitting up on high ground. He's gifted high ground. He doesn't have the best mats. And he gets a max pull. He decides to drop down there and reconnect smartly. But this is going to net him a lot of placement. This opponent is trying to alpha him. Notice, not very comfortable with the dub shotgun, right? Didn't reload it after shooting it once, and I only used it really once for a hide take. We don't see him really use it at all for the rest. Now, not the best on mats. His best option probably for a victory royale here is going to stay up as long as he can. It's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to pressure anybody that he sees. Already netting a top 4.
Fuck, bro, I got no mats.
He's got no mats, but fortunately for him, this opponent runs out of mats. He gets that finish, and then the other person's fight. He hits him for 33. He goes for the mats. He only gets siphon mats, and there's the other use of the dub shotgun. Good, at least recognition that he didn't use both shots. Good cone slide, good attempt, good pre-box attempt. Now that could have gone horrible wrong. No mats. Now this gets a little bit scary. He doesn't have his scar reloaded. He only has 1 or 2 bullets in there. Now the opponent that's out. The opponent cracks him, but fortunately his 1 AR bullet ends up netting him really good use. And you can tell he's not super comfortable with the dub shotgun. Doesn't really know how to use it like we've seen in these EOS pros, which is good because it's, again, an item that's not... It's only available in very small quantities. But peppers, you can go get it. He lands caddy every game, and that's why, because look at his peppers 10 here. We're going to jump into this first off-spawn fight at Misty. He gets a nice little 56. The server's going to be incredibly laggy because, again, 10 kill wins going to put him in top 1% of lobbies. Good attempt right there. You can see him trying to cone. The servers, you could tell, are incredibly laggy. He's going to go up here. Nice recognize with a breakdown. He's going to edit through. He's going to get a nice little crack, as you're going to see right here. Now, a little bit better. Aim right here is going to make this a little bit better. Sorry, I accidentally went back. Now, a little bit better aim, kind of just spraying around wildly. He edits him down, only hits him for a little bit.
God, these servers are so...
And now we fast forward to an end game. We're moving into, it's probably like 6th, first moving. And you're going to see the use of the peppers here for your rotations. This is by far the biggest takeaway from this VOD review because this is what's going to allow him to play so high consistently. Peppers are going to allow him to get to head, get him to dead side, wherever he wants to go. 29, and there's Surge, but due to his earlier fights, he's doing just fine in terms of that. Now, this is just smart recognition. He creeps up on this opponent who's not paying attention, who actually has high ground. Gets a nice little finish right here. Gets a refresh. Now he's pretty much capped mats. He can use his pepper to go down and reconnect and make sure that his high ground is secured. It's a nice free elimination on someone back tarping in zone. But look at his mats. He's using wood first, which I found was a little bit interesting. I feel like he's confident with the pepper that he can get and reconnect to old builds. Huge crack on this opponent again as well. High ground incredibly powerful, but high ground in solos is going to net you a ton of placement, with the dub being the only thing that you have to truly worry about if you're smart and doing a good job of holding. Now he's single tarping out here in wood, but he's saving his hard mats for the later zones, which I find pretty interesting. See, pops a pepper. He's like, okay, I want to make sure I get ahead and reconnect. Doesn't even care about taking 20 fall. He's now reconnected. He feels confident to single tarp. He reconnects there again. You can see the hard mats in the later zones are going to prevent people from shooting him and griefing. He's going to bully that guy off his lair with him spamming. He's going to just use the pepper. He's looking, spreading out that way to look for angles.
Bro, my aim
blows, dude. So that was kind of a missed opportunity. Really bad aim. Even Arkhram was a little bit upset about that. He could have had better crosshair placement and netted free elimination, but doesn't get it. But still 400-ish mats. He's able to reconnect, sit up on high ground. Now someone is starting to challenge. Now this is huge. That cone right there, you're going to see him do it throughout. Like something that I feel like Calc really started with the jump over the walls and placing the cone to really cuck opponents. 113. And then the opponent is stuck under his own ramps. Gets a free elimination, and this is going to net him the victory royale right there. He gets a siphon mats refresh on someone making a height take when they shouldn't. Now you hear the opponent using the dub shotgun below. That should be, in my opinion, the priority. Spamming him off. You want to make life as difficult as possible for the one with the dub shotgun. What's going to end up happening, though, he's fortunate because there's all this congestion right here. Everyone's going to fight down on low, which we talk about in all these VOD reviews. When you're on height and you're getting to this point where there's 1 and 2 people, you want them to really fight each other and grief each other and make it easy so you can just come in third party. And so that's kind of exactly what ends up happening there. Everyone fights off. Now Arkhram doesn't have a lot of mats. 26. Now the guy's gonna make a dub shotgun play. Arkhram actually makes a little mechanical scuff. Blocks him off with a wall right here. 180 builds. Opponent's on dub shotgun. Really good mechanics to retake that. Make sure he stays in zone. And he's going to get a beautiful recognition with a cone. And then he's going to then finish it off right here. He's going to recognize that the opponent's going to edit out. And he's going to place a cone. And then excellent crosshair placement, predicting where the opponent's going to be right here. Boom. He places the cone. And look, right on his head. Boom.
Let's go, dude.
70 points in 2 games. And now we're going to see his drop spot caddy. He always lands on this roof. Now this is a little bit sketch. You hear makeshift versus gray SMG. Really good job right there, sitting back, getting that. And then what I see you're going to see him do a ton is if he has like 1 to 2 peppers, he's going to pop one and then go over and contest main. Now hits him for a little bit. He's fighting makeshift. He should be a little bit confident. Doesn't have the best mats. Just build fighting slowly. Good cone attempt. Do you see the crosshair right on the opponent in case he makes an edit? Really good. Gonna sit up here. Tries a good pre-fire. Now what he kind of coined right there was attempted an Arkhram peek. This angle is so good. He just misses the shot. Now this is again the Arkhram peek where you're up one opponent or up one layer. His mechanics are so smooth for mouse and keyboard. It's really a joy to watch. He's one of the most technical W keys in my opinion. Or just technical mouse and keyboards. Now 46 with the AR. He's confident to take...
Holy fuck.
That was title. Now he's fighting in the storm. It's Sweaty Sands. I don't know how this goes, but he's going to end up making this work somehow. He has cabbages. He's getting storm fought. And this is just confidence with the spaz.
I don't get it. I'm still in storm with this kid.
Said he doesn't get it. Looking for peaks and opportunities. Fantastic. Really, really good. Catches him double swinging it and the double edits. Now this is again going to be importance of getting refreshed. 47, incredibly stacked game right here. And this impact is going to improve the rest of this game so much. He's going to see someone on the backside or rotate. This is a very good spot to sit and wait. Because you know people are going to kind of want to funnel in instead of just white line in. They want to sit here and hug this zone. So they don't have to burn as many mats. And there's usually a lot of congestion there. He gets the wall. One tap drops. 90.
Let's
Fantastic.
go. I'm fucking crazy.
You go, he's crazy. He gets that nice refresh. Significantly better mats. Now he doesn't have peppers this game. It looks like. Or he's already used them all. But he's on a very, very dead side of zone. So he's not going to have to burn a crazy amount of materials. He's kind of letting things go up and develop. He's way above Surge as well due to his 4 eliminations. Cracks right there. Hits him for 35. Cone slides. Gets a very important impact on Spark G. Now look at that. He's sitting much, much better. It makes this rotate so much easier. He wants to go up more and more. Content to stay on this layer now. He's going to follow someone in a sketch tarp or a solo tarp. Now, this opponent I think is going to run away. But Arkham's going to get him pretty easily. Kind of recycling that tarp. And what I think I always know is when he gets into first, half and half, he likes playing middle. And I think it's because it's equidistant to wherever your rotate is. It makes it pretty significant. That was something I really did notice that he likes to do. Now, he's looking here for an elimination. But there's not going to be anything available for him. I think it's going to be... Now, this is what I feel like ends up happening. He's on 1 ramp right now. And I feel like that was a minor mistake. Because this is going to, again, drop him down. I think he's going to get 3rd, if I remember correctly. I keep hitting the back button for some reason. So I apologize. If I can just get where we were. There. Nope, he's right here. Okay. Yeah, you see him solo tarping out here, and he's going to end up getting shot down because he's on 1 ramp. He takes a significant amount of fall, but he does have floppers. You hear him swear right there. That's not where he wanted to be. Scuffed on ultimate low. He's going to look back for picks. 66 sprays. Look, recognition. You saw that opponent drop down into the open. He says, nope, I'm closing up immediately so I don't get fried. I'm not going to just be overzealous for this kill because it's 1 point. I'll get much more points waiting out placement. 100 mats. And this is something you see a lot of too. If you can't make the full rest of the rotation, you see what a lot of players will do is they'll either go look for picks. Now he cucks this guy up. Boot, that's the pick. He now sits there and waits. He's like, do I have enough mats to make the rotation? Yes, 300 mats. He's like, oh, I'll recycle this tarp, but then he sees a wood opening. Notice how, like, a little thing right there is, like, there's metal above him right there. He goes, okay, let me go up until the point where I get wood, and then I can just break through that super easily. And use my refresh mats. When you can't make the rest of the rotation, it's really good to get ahead and then look for a pick opportunity and then go forward. So now we've netted a top 10. Now, not best mats, we're going to drop to ulti. We have 4 builds. I was getting pressured a little bit. He's going to go back in this tarp. The opponent hears him, which is unfortunate for Arkhram. Sitting here on a right-hand peak. Just trying to wait this out. Now this little hill scuffs him a little bit. Gets some cracks. He keeps falling down this hill. It's a nice little 1 pump on Miro. I believe we actually finished top 3. East player. Gets the siphon mats, refreshes. He's getting spammed out. Shot in the back. Now, could have gone for flopper.
Oh, I just got third. Whatever.
Didn't use his flopper. That would probably be the only mistake right there is not using the floppers. He could have maybe, after getting that refresh on Miro, stayed in take zone a little bit. Not really sure if it would have helped him too much, but again, we'll take it. You're going to have 7 eliminations and a 3rd place. Let's get to the next game. Off spawn, near caddy corner, no surprise. Abundance of peppers to play with. Let's see how laggy the servers are.
How do you get out-tracked by me? You fucking blow.
And so he gets the aim battle wins when they're subbing each other. Now we go into another off-spawn and another off-spawn fight against a Spaz, I believe. Now this opponent is not bad, but the only thing that I really noticed with this opponent is he made the same peanut butter peak every time on Arkhram. And then so Arkhram just reads it right here. Every single time, the exact same type of peak. Gets a nice little crack with wall control. Look, you're going to see it again. Peanut butter peak. That little cone thing, like this, the thing that Calc, I think, really started doing a lot of opponents, is jumping on cone and make sure they stay on the same layer. This person's going to do it again. He's going to try and peanut butter peak eventually. Gets on the wall. Jump through, peanut butter peak.
Get fucking rolled.
And that's exactly, like, being too predictable is exactly sometimes if you keep making the same thing over and over and over, then Arkhram just recognizes it. The guy's done 3 or 4 peanut butter peaks in a row, so what does Arkhram do? He's like, okay, I'm just going to sit on one side of the wall. You're in metal. I'm going to one-tap edit Mongrel Classic.
Get
and
fucking
then,
rolled.
And then ends up getting that spaz. 2 eliminations, 40 first moving. And this is, again, where peppers are going to be your absolute best friend. When you get this zone in a no-movement meta, and you have 7 of these babies, you're thinking, it's not that big a deal. Even though I don't have that many mats, I can get ahead and get refresh. And look, he's going to be gifted with someone not paying attention. And we get a good amount of mats. Max wood, at least. Gets cracked right here. Gets a significant difference away. He's going to pop minis. He's going to go, okay, I'm going to make sure that my pepper lasts. So I'm going to pop another pepper, and I'm going to go. People don't want to focus you when you really have peppers either because you're so difficult to track. Now, this is just good recognition. Opponent just sitting there looking through, not paying attention. The pepper just rolls up on him, and look at that refresh. 5, 3, 4 after only being 100 mats. And so he's going to take dub shotgun. I don't think he even uses it, if I remember correctly. He's going to build up to height. This is kind of where I think it's a minor mistake. He kind of goes up to height, and he sees this white superhero skin running away down from height. And then he doesn't... He, like, goes up. He's like, I don't want it. But doesn't even use the dub shotgun there to take height. And this was like, what led me to think is he's not super comfortable with using it. And then he drops to low. So a little bit wasted mats right there, but it's okay. Just got a couple of refreshes. Doesn't use the dub. Spams up this opponent. I think he just takes height naturally. I believe he doesn't even use the dub shotgun here. This opponent gets broken by someone else. 35 HP. Bullies him down off immediately. Sprays through. And he's gifted height naturally. Doesn't even use the dub shotgun. Sees all these extra mats as well. Gets a decent little bit of mats from that. Gets up and ahead. He's on high ground. He can hold anybody. Fry shield. Arkhram, I think his mechanics are so clean because he's low sense, so he's very precise with his builds, his movement, his aim. That's what I think is so enjoyable about watching Arkhram. His mechanics aren't super flashy. They're just so consistent and smooth. Now he tries to go for a tempt here. I like it, but then I also like the disengage, right? You didn't get the piece control you wanted. No reason to force anything. When you're still on height with 300 plus metal mats, just stay up and keep netting that placement. You're going to have people like that who are going to be just held. And all these placement points really, really matter. Even if you get little max pulls, he opts to pop big here. And then he sees the opponent get killed right there. He might go for an impact. He's smartly... He's like, okay, gotta get up and out. Just grab it. I'll take the gold spaz. I don't think he got any of the mats from it, but gets to improve a shotgun at least. Sitting up on height, maximizing, aximizing. And this is the thing, not using the dub shotgun. You can tell he's not comfortable with it. He has it in his inventory, hasn't even pulled it out. Tell him to go watch someone go on Arkram's solo cash cup video and tell him to, if you want to learn how to use the dub shotgun, watch the Cami VOD review. Now this is smart waiting. 52, I don't know if the shotgun was the right weapon to use at that range. I feel like the Scar would have been much more lethal. Trust your aim. Gets dropped down here. There's no mats. And see, this is where you could use the dub shotgun to maybe make a play. He gets right here on a scuff flare. And then he's going to get pre-fired. But third is really, really good. And you can see, picked up the dub shotgun and didn't use it. What was the point of picking it up if you're not going to use it? Again, a small, and I think it's a comfortability thing, doesn't really understand how to use it. He's been doing this caddy pepper rotation, and it's just another way. This is a good demonstration that it's like there's different ways you can win. It's movement. It's getting movement. He's much more comfortable using the peppers for movement, as you can see. Now, same exact... He seems to land on this house every time, which is very strange because it's very loot porous. I think it's mainly for the just for the peppers. That's it. Now, sitting here on right-hand peak. Nice. Gets a nice little one pump. And then he pops one of those peppers and goes and keys main. It's a very... Now, this is probably really sketch. That ramp in there makes it incredibly hard. It's a 50-50. Trust aims and the beautiful right-hand peek. Now we get into 6th. It looks like first moving 30, so not a crazy. He's 2-4-1. But the peppers are going to see pops peppers and go. Nice little crack right there. He's going to immediately leave this, and I like that, right? He only cracked him for like 50. He's probably 100 HP. Easy to get minis off. Like, let's use our pepper to... We have mats. Let's use it. And then he uses it to height take to... You've seen this now twice. That when you are coming up so fast on a pepper, when you're on high ground, it is so hard to predict and see coming. And here, it happens so fast. This opponent isn't even here. This is the second time we've seen that. Now, this guy is going to challenge for height for the rest of the game. He's pissed he lost high ground. But Arkram's going to use it to stay up. Free height, again, due to the peppers. Now he's going to sit back and look for picks.
Yo.
This is the guy he took height from, gets cone, and Arkhram is going to give it up. Or so I thought. I forgot. He actually smartly chops his opponent down. He takes fall. He keeps blocking his opponent off, and then he finally decides to leave. He cracks him off shield right there. She says, stop contesting high ground. It pulls back. Fortunately, he doesn't have the best mats, but with the pullback, it's actually going to be very beneficial for him. Now he sees this opponent tries to spray through. And then drops down 70. Some really, unfortunately, missed shots. 2 missed shots right there could have netted him a refresh. High ground gets taken from him again. He sees the opponent's on 1 wood, and then he finally kills the guy that's been contesting him this entire time. but only gets a little bit of siphon mats. Now he's going to chase this opponent, believe, and actually end up getting eliminated. And misses. He said he choked a little bit. He did. This opponent should have probably been dead earlier. Let's just take a look at the mistake in this engagement. Let's see what was the issue. So we get right here, get a nice little wall. So I think he tried to reset and maybe scuffed. This isn't a bad peek. It's just bad aim, right? Look at the crosshair. It's not a bad. He should play a little bit tighter, but he should have already been dead earlier when he cracked him earlier. But that happens.
No, I just choked.
And then you're going to see the exact same strategy. Land at this house and fight off spawn. It's a little bit wild because I feel like that's taking a huge risk when you don't know if there's anything there. He hits this guy for nothing. The opponent unfortunately has a revolver. He ends up getting that elimination. He's 3-1-1. He goes up. This opponent is going to be creeping to his right. It's a nice little cone off right there. Runs right here. Now this is the worst feeling in the world. When you have to basically take this 50-50. Trust your aim. 128. Opponent hits him for a little bit. Gets to end up hitting the finish. He gets third-partied instantaneously. Uses those extra mats. He actually loses that trade. Now this is good recognition where the opponent's going to go. Really good job. Let's take a look. That's a really, really good peek. It's just after you're probably upset that you lose that trade to a makeshift at that range. So what do? You just stay calm and realize you have the better gun, better RNG. Let's take it. So he bounces up here. You're going to see him lose this trade with a makeshift, 29. He hits for 49, so loses by 20. So he cones him off right here, or so he thinks. But now this opponent is going to crack for 100. That's really, really good recognition. He goes off to the side, and now he knows his opponent scuffed his own rim. Now this is a great right-hand peek. He just misses the shot. Spam through hipfire, and then crouches because he knows he's under the stair, and he ends up finishing that elimination. That right-hand peek was really good, protected. Very nice, and we're off into a next engagement already in Caddy. Now 49, both crack each other. He's now gone to blue makeshift. God, what a nice, nasty peek. That's a nasty angle. Really like the decision to pickaxe bait. Maybe see if he can get him to edit. I would also be thinking, oh, he's pressuring. He probably doesn't have any more heals. Good recognition. Always be wary for that peanut butter on that side. Decides to go up. You hear him drop. Now right here, he's just going to full send in. Gets the ramp. Hits for a little bit. Only has to get one more.
Suck.
Ends up absolutely dominating that opponent. Just smart, patience, and then good fighting IQ. Chop right here into an end game. We're going to be on peppers. We actually are blessed.
Scale of 1 to you got this. You got this.
He has got, let's see, 1,196 above threshold. Surge actually just ends right at that point. Now, he's not too concerned with rotate because he has peppers. He can go from back to front instantaneously if he wants to. Make sure he pops another one.
Oh.
He nearly fell right there. He drops that opponent, says, huh, I'm not going to be your high ground. 67 white.
You white?
Yep, but doesn't tunnel vision, right? He wants to grief anyone that's coming in for height. He's sitting at front side. Just absolutely rolls. No. Oh my goodness. Guy is 5 HP. And then gets the finish.
He got pissed off.
Let's take a look at that, because that was really, really nice. This is what I say. Arkhram's mechanics are so satisfying to watch when he really, really... It's so smooth and controlled. And that's why his aim is so good, in my opinion. This is low sense, so a little bit different. This is a left-hand peek, but cracks him anyway, resets, and then a full, nice, open edit because he's confident at advantage, and then just needs one more tag. And we saw that he ends up just spraying through with a scar, end up getting that elimination, and end up getting that refresh.
No, he got pissed off. That's my dog.
Gets in right here. Now he's going to look for height. Sees that he's in wood. Very smartly comes from an angle that's protected. Immediately gives it up once he realizes he's connected. He's gonna pop Pepper.
He has 600 mats.
Oh, he's still above me.
He goes, oh, he's still above me. Good recognition to get down. It's going down all...
Create distance here.
You hear this comm? I love this. Create distance here.
Big
What?
drop off.
Because it's a big drop off. So high ground is actually not that great of a position to be. If you're at that distance, you could cut it off.
Yeah.
Whoever he's in a call with, very intelligent right there.
Still 160 HP.
And then he sprays him down, and then he goes, okay, I need to get ahead again. Height's not mine. Cracks right there. 200 mats. You're going to see him try to do the phase ramp technique right there.
150 mats.
Drops this opponent right in his box.
Nice.
So good.
Watch out.
Mechanics so smooth on those peanut butters. Oh, that cone would have been nasty. Gets him again. But he decides to drop to full. 200 mats, all on hard. He gets in.
8 builds. 7 builds.
It's a nice little crack right here, and the opponent's no match shambles. Gets that finish. Now we see the only really super scuffed mechanic. He says good at it. Doesn't get those mats someone steals. He misses a shot. He's going to go into this old conserved tarp. Going to pop Peppers for HP. Going to drop an ultimate low. He's going to get a free elimination in Storm. And you just see this opponent make an excellent play. Now this opponent, he's sitting on old builds. He's on height, taking a mini. This opponent smartly edits him down. And
Oh, what? He had me.
that was really, really smart, intelligent. Now we're into a key game. We're into a game where he just basically is, I want to get kills and die, and then go play my last one out.
I need to go die though.
You literally hear, I need to go die. He's going to get a nice little 2 free pickups here. Let's see how laggy the servers are. Now this is just... covers his top right here. I like it. Just because he knows. Tries to Metro Classic in. Waits till they start fighting. He goes, gets a finish right there. And then it's just aim duels at this point.
Dude, look how laggy that is.
Alright, and then we get into this next game. He is going to be fighting off spawn to someone who has primal, and you're going to believe, unbelievable, he wins it.
He misses, he misses. He misses. He misses!
He goes, he misses, he misses, he misses. And the same exact thing, we go key main. Now this is the worst feeling in the world.
Oh, I had the wall.
Fortunately, he had that wall. He gets up and out. Not a lot of mats, 15 builds. Now this isn't going to believe threats. He's fighting a really good player on West. Now whoever's...
You have a flopper.
You have a flopper. So he goes and makes his own box, give floppers off, and then drops him in, and it's trap. Sorry, not threats. Now he's sitting here in end zone. He's going to get a free elimination. He's absolutely fried. Pops Pepper.
Fucking bitch.
So he doesn't take as much storm. And you can see the importance of the peppers here. Rotating to dead side. Make sure to cover. Now this is just brilliant recognition. Brilliant recognition right here. You're going to watch. So he hears that harpoon sound, right? And you're going to, let's watch what he does to capitalize and get another important refresh right in half and half. He hears that harpoon sound. He cracks. He crouches through. He sees that harpoon getting harpooned. And then he goes immediately. Cracks. Now because of the harpoon animation, this opponent can't reset his wall. He mongrel classics. Cracks. The opponent has to wait for the rest. And then it's just an aim duel at that point, which Arkhram's already going to win because of the pre-fight damage. And look at that beautiful refresh in endgame. Now, I just messed it up right here. We're going to play it at normal speed. And Pepper, again, just coming through wildly. Boom.
Oh.
My guy used it.
So he rolled that kit. And exactly, cap match going into 6 because of that. Pepper's going to get him from back to front on a max pull. Gets him on dead side. Doesn't even bother shooting that opponent. Now he takes the free shot now that he's closer.
Dude, like, what is that guy doing?
And he
bro?
goes from back to front instantaneously. Look at his mats. 3-2-5.
Yeah, big Sean.
And then he just kind of conserves tarp. He's confident with the pepper. Full boxes once he gets the front side. Kid in his tarp. Left hand peek. You're going to listen. Bad peek. Why is it so? Multiple reasons. Why is it a bad peek? One, it's left hand. But let's talk about Edit flow right here. Edit flow. Importance of edit flow. Notice how we go from top to bottom and to back up to top. And the opponent ducks to the side and we miss. It's not horrible. The opponent actually makes a good job, good play. Golly, I keep hitting that button. Let's talk about it. But instead of going from bottom to up, look up for height here. I think I actually missed it just by a tad, but yeah, my goodness. So why is it a bad peak? So instead of going, we go from mid to bottom, and so we have to flick our crosshair up, making us more inaccurate. And this is just something to just talk about edit flow. Like, he gets it up in the right spot. But why do that when you can move your crosshair from down to up and just have it right there already? So going from down to up, and you can even hear him say bad peak. And it was a bad peak. It's left-handed, 1, and 2, it's just bad edit flow.
Okay. Bad peak.
But he has bigs, it's okay. Now he's going to make a look for win condition. Let me see how height's looking. I'm going to pop a pepper. I'm going to get a smidgen more in. I'm going to use my wood first because I don't care about... I want to save my hearts for when I box. Then he looks and sees that height is actually on only 2 builds. Fries one. Gets a kill on Ricky climbing.
Ricky's not climbing. Ricky's just...
And then he gets a kill on typical gamer. And then now he's gifted high ground again. 6 eliminations. Gets another elimination on height. 66 tag on that opponent. Now he jumps down. He goes, nah, it's too congested. Gets a nice... Now this is another beautiful thing about peppers. Someone's like, oh, it's not worth it to go for that. Look at his mats now. He's now 255. He capped on his hard mats. This is really, really good. And the peppers allow him to go in and out without taking a significant amount of storm damage.
God. Not worth it. I was about to say, like, there's no way it's not worth it, right? And then you drop back.
Yep, and so the...
so good, dude.
I like to hear.
So good, man.
Let's fucking get him hyped up, boys. Hyped up in the chat.
Hyped up in the chat.
Marry you.
Alright, he's gonna fucking die now.
So he's gonna die now.
Oh god, dude. Come on. Then we can't get married. Think of our wedding date.
Bro, I
Come on,
can't.
Ark, you gotta hit the tree, bro.
They tell him he's gonna hit the tree. It's like kind of a fun little trolling because he had this cash cup in the bag so long ago, probably in game number 8.
Kills, but he had the whole lobby on him.
8 eliminations, and he just finishes, he capitalizes and finishes on just a super high note, a world record,
That's a trio
219. Sees a guy taking a med
You
kit,
ain't gonna make it.
gets a free
He's got shit on him.
elimination. Gonna sit up here on height with his cap knights.
Yeah.
Someone asked if he's in first.
Yeah, like, what
He's in
is-
first
what is
by
200
40 points.
Like, that has to be insane.
Yeah, it's point record by 35 so far.
It's a point record by 35.
Jeez, Arkham. You back?
Might be, bro.
Sitting up on height, looking for picks. Still 500 metal in night.
Did you W key this game, or are you getting kills from height?
Both. He got about 3 or 4 going into
and
and
kind of was just rolling kids, bro.
he's gonna sit up here on height,
There's a
not
lot of
relinquish
shit
it.
playing this one, though, isn't there?
Yeah, but there's a lot of East kids playing.
So the reason why this is probably not as crazy as a cash up, this is more than likely this is during West semis for FNCS. Arkhram probably already having qualified, is not playing. Therefore, it's a lot of East kids and a lot of West who didn't qualify. So not the greatest amount of competition. Maybe a contributing factor to his domination.
Old Epic would never.
Spraying through, 33 tag, sitting up on high ground, still 400 mats, and he just bullies that guy down. I think Epic Whale is in the call as well. Beautiful Arkhram peak, 69 white, and then gets... That's such a good protected peak. Nice little open, spray through, finish it. Now it is a 1v1.
Spitting on these kids. But it honestly looks like you're just coasting through it.
Beautiful, nice little peak crack, escape route, everything. Goes, where is him? Where is this
Where
guy?
the fuck is he?
Last one he breaks through,
It's a free win.
and then he just pre-fires.
Go.
And as you can see, 219 points. He won the Cash Cup by 50. Now, again, there's not a crazy amount of stack. I mean, the only names... I mean, we see Sparrow, we see Class, we see Rockane, we see Bizik. Those are really in the top 10. The only... I think that might be Saf. That might be Train H. I have no idea. But the only only really bigger names, Bizik being the best console player in the world in my opinion, and then Rockane, who signed to OA, Class, a constant grand finalist, Sparrow, one of the most famous DH clips as well. So maybe not the most stacked in terms of players playing the Cash Cup, but look at the stats. 8 games. His average placement was 12th. He had an average of 6 kills per game. He had 3 victory royales, 219 points, insane. And the highlight, or the number one thing to take away from this, is you gotta have some form of rotation this season, and peppers are excellent. They're a little bit more reliable in my opinion than getting the dub shotgun. There's more abundance of peppers. You saw him prioritize caddy corner on all of his lanes to get those peppers. Peppers can make max pulls no issue, and that's really, really important in this season when you don't have the amount of materials to burn. Obviously, Arkhram, world-class player, makes excellent height takes, maximizes his placement constantly, but the peppers make it so much easier, and having significant amount of them, just stacks and stacks of peppers, it gives you even little bits of white health. It allows you to always constantly get ahead. Even when you have little to no mats, you could get ahead, wait for the lobby to funnel into you, and pick up free elimination, get you siphon mats, and get you again, and just rinse and repeat with those peppers. That was the biggest takeaway, and that's what allowed him to just absolutely dominate this Cash Cup. You saw him use peppers to take height as well, just surprise opponents that are sitting up on height in super crazy stack. End games, you hear a bunch of AR shots, and the opponent's not really able to focus, and boom, before you know it, you have someone who's ramping at twice speed on you and cracking height. We saw him do it in 2 games earlier on, just taking height that way. Peppers are an excellent way. It's like a more sneaky, silent way than the dub shotgun, in my opinion. I feel like peppers are also a lot easier to get as a comparison to the dub shotgun. So this is a great VOD review on how to win with a different form of movement. But again, the theme is still movement. Having movement when no one else has movement this season is going to net you a million placement points, and that is what you need, because it's not really a keying format, it's placement. Placement is highly rewarded, so you need to be getting spicy fish, you need to be getting peppers, or using the dub shotgun. Some forms of rotation, that's really the only 3. They probably need to add movement at some point, or just wait till next season to improve the movement, but the movement is so minimal, so when you have and other opponents don't, you're going to be at a significant advantage, and you see what can happen. But that is going to do it for today's VOD review, guys. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.